Hey guys, welcome to a vlog. I am starting this out just a few days after Easter, and honestly, you guys, I don't know where this is going to be going. I thought initially this was going to be like a gearing up for spring type video. That's what I had in mind, like I was going to title things because I want to do some yard work, and well, things might be changing. Things are yeah, things might be changing. For one thing, it is 40 degrees and I have a sweater on because we've gone from like 70s to 40. Actually, this morning it was in the 30s. I went and got groceries already this morning. But when it gets like, when it's that warm initially and then it drops, that's when I have like the hardest time adjusting. I don't mind cold weather. I actually like winter. I enjoy it very much. I mean, yes, I'm always glad to see the springtime come and everything like that. But it's when it goes from warm to cold very suddenly that my body just is like, oh, I don't like it. Anyways, like I said, I've already been out some. I've gotten some groceries. Oh, and that's another thing, you guys. I went and got some groceries. I got a few things that I wouldn't normally get because we're making something for, there's been a family friend of ours that has had a house fire. So I'm making a dinner for them, like a meal train. I volunteered today. And so I got a few things for that, and plus we needed like oven mitts, we needed some extra like allergy medicines, vitamin C and stuff. And I'm like, I have 3 bags, and how did that come to $80? 3 bags. I didn't buy anything extravagant. I'm like, oh my goodness. I don't want to talk about that though now, but like I said, my intention was to have a very spring-like video, but with it being so cold, I'm not sure how much spring-like things we will be doing. I still feel like I'm looking behind you. There's a big mirror, or a big mirror, I'm sorry, the big window behind you guys. And I can see our backyard. And I really feel like I need to mow the yard. Yesterday was in the 50s and our neighbors on both sides of us were mowing their yard. And now we've already mowed, my husband mowed the front yard just before Easter. And so I'm very thankful for that because that would have looked a lot worse. That would have grown up a lot faster than what our backyard has. But I had like this FOMO moment where I see both my neighbors mowing. I'm like, oh, I've got to be mowing too. And like I said, I had intentions to mow anyways before they even were, but I had this moment where I was like, do I need to change my plans for what I was planning to do like Monday yesterday? And, you know, just start mowing then since because they're mowing. It was ridiculous. All that to say, a very chatty intro. Welcome to this vlog. My name is Jody and we're gonna see what we get up to for a couple of days. We do also, my husband and I also have one of his cousins coming over, so that will be very exciting. I'm not gonna show that in this video though. We're just gonna spend some time getting to know her. I've never met her personally, but I really feel like we're in a good spot with that because we have most everything prepared. I've already washed the bedding. The house is already really clean from Easter. I cleaned before Easter and then I cleaned after Easter as well. So, everything's pretty good shape for that. And now we just need to get to doing some stuff. So I've already had lunch and I think I'm going to go out and mow a little bit. But the dinner that I am fixing for, like I said, that family that had the house fire, I do have to deliver that earlier. They're about like a half hour away and I need to have that there by 4:30 because they have some church events going on later. So yeah, we'll see how much I can actually get mowed in that time. Okay, I want to have some things that are going to be warm while mowing, so I'm going to do it without a coat. So we're going to have a long sleeve shirt, thicker pants, and a sweatshirt over top. Okay, so I guess I'm ready to get to mowing. Oh, by the way, I got new shoes, and they're like these little sandal things. You guys, if you know me, if you've been on my channel at all, you know how I've worn flip-flops with my socks. It's been a real fashion statement and everything like that, but I picked up these sandals because I actually went through 2 pairs of flip-flops in like a month. Now, granted, the first pair I had for like, I don't know, probably 15 years. And I didn't wear them that much I didn't wear them solid that whole 15 years, but I've had them for a very long time. And then the other pair I had, but I didn't wear that much. And then I did start wearing them in the house and I busted them pretty fast. But anyways, I kind of like these. What do you guys think? I just got them at the Dollar Tree. They were nice and cheap. I was looking for something cheap that would actually last, and it's kind of got like that Croc type feel to it, that squishiness. And I've never worn Crocs before, but that's inconsequential. Let's get to mowing. Okay, I have Elmo outside right now. He's going to the bathroom, but I just wanted to show you like this part of our yard always grows the fastest, except for you can see there's like a dead patch here. Yeah, that's where Elmo always goes to the bathroom. He always pees there. So I'm trying to get him to not do that so much. You can see things are really greening up around here. We have some leaves coming on. Our maple trees are getting their leaves, or we only have one maple tree actually. My dandelions are also coming out in full force too. I will be having that taken care of pretty soon. If they don't come this week, I'm thinking I'm going to have to call them. But what I really was showing you here is that I have to get this pampas grass taken care of. I might trim that down tomorrow. I'm not looking forward to that, but it's okay. All right, I've procrastinated mowing long enough. Now I need to get started. All right, so I finished mowing and I've already actually prepped the food. Oh, I've changed again too, by the way. I've already prepped the food for the meal for the family that had the fire. I'm doubling it basically because my husband and I are also going to have the same meal. So I've got the potatoes here. I'm getting ready to fry the meat. So I'll show you a little bit. It's not all that exciting. Like I said, you've seen me make this meal before. I don't remember what vlog it is exactly, but it's just a very simple meal. I just have these patties lightly seasoned and floured. I probably should have waited till it was warmer, but just gonna brown these on both sides. And then I'll stick it in the oven with the cream of mushroom sauce. All right, the 2 dishes here are ready to go in the oven. Potatoes are still boiling. All right, here's a look at the dish all together. I have the mock cube steak, mashed potatoes, and these are honey garlic glazed carrots, something like that. So I'm just going to wrap this with foil and put it in this little bag. See the horsies? Can you see them out there? Oh, I love seeing animals on the pasture. All right, so bear with me on this lighting. I apologize. I just dropped off the meal and we are in the middle of nowhere. We are like deep in the country, and you know what? I just absolutely love it. On my drive out here, I was just talking with the Lord and I was thanking him for, putting me in this type of spot, this environment where I just feel like I can thrive. I just love and appreciate the wide open country so much. I'm not one of those people that crave city life. I do not need to be entertained, so to speak. I do not need to constantly be going to bars or like some kind of social event all the time. That's not me personally. I just love the wide open spaces. I love the quiet, slower pace. Not now in the country, not saying everybody has a slow pace. It feels like today's more modern times, there's a lot less slow pace in general. But I don't know, there's just something about being in the country that just makes me feel, my heart feel at peace, my heart feel at ease, and where I feel like I thrive. Now, all that to say, I am heading to my parents' place. I was going to my idea was that I would stop there on the way to this other person's place where I dropped off the food. I didn't really have enough time, and that's fine. It's on my way back. I'll just stop at their place, unload the things. Maybe I didn't tell you. They left some stuff at my house from Easter time. There was one folding chair that they missed and a few other smaller items. So I'm just going to put those in their garage and then be on my merry way. My mom has gotten me this Taste of Home magazine for a couple years now, and so I'm going to take a few minutes and take a look at this, see what good recipes they might have. This looks really good, I will say that. I saw someone else make a lemon blueberry loaf recently, and my mouth is watering for some. One more thing I want to do tonight before I go to bed is feed Myrtle here. I had her in the refrigerator. I had last fed her with the whole wheat flour, and then I took her out of the refrigerator. She'd been in there for, I don't know, like 5 days or so. Took her out and she still really expanded. She was up to here earlier, so she doubled well, and now it's going back down. I could probably wait to feed it till the morning, but I'm just gonna feed it now and probably put it back in the refrigerator then again. So I just kind of eyeball with how much I need. Like I don't have a set amount. I'm going to guess that I'm going to do about 30 grams worth of flour and water. Usually, well, it depends on what kind of flour I'm doing, but with the bread flour and with the whole wheat flour, I find that it does take a little bit more water than it does with the all-purpose that I'm doing right now. And I just kind of alternate the flours that I use as well. I don't use the same one every time. I tend to use all-purpose a little bit more often and use the whole wheat and the bread flour as a little special treat for Myrtle. By the way, if I didn't explain it, Myrtle is what I've named my sourdough starter, so don't think I'm crazy. Every good sourdough needs a little name for it. Okay, I'm just going to mix this up. We want it to look kind of like pancake batter, so it's not rocket science. If you get a little too much water, it's not the end of the world. You can always add more flour if you really feel like you need to. But I really want to work on getting these clumps out and everything, break down that flour so you don't have any like undissolved flour clumps basically. Okay, this is looking pretty good. Let me show you. Okay, can you guys see that? That looks pretty good. And because I am putting this back in the fridge, I'm just going to seal it up with a plastic lid. And like I said, just gonna go to sleep here in the refrigerator. Okay friends, it is the next day. It's mid-morning. Actually, it's getting towards later morning in my opinion, but I've already been doing stuff. I've gone to a client's house and I've been to the gym, but in all honesty, this is kind of a low energy feeling day. I still have things that I want to accomplish, but it's not like a huge list, but we're going to make something that's going to help me in the future, I think. Maybe feel a little bit more energized, a little special treat. This is something I've been wanting to make for a long time. I've made it before in the past, and it's been so delicious. Love it. But I haven't made it for a long time. And like I said, I've just been wanting this. I've been dreaming of this basically. Let me show you what we're gonna make. We are going to be making this toasted pecan syrup. How delicious. Oh my goodness. I love adding this to my chai. And so that is what I have in mind, a chai latte with this syrup. Nothing beats it in my opinion, and you might like it too. So I'm gonna link the Pinterest recipe in the comments down, or not in the comments, I'm gonna link it in the description down below. So if you'd like to try it yourself, I totally recommend. So just a quick look at some of the ingredients here. We have pecans, obviously, some brown sugar, salt, vanilla, and some water. I'm just trying to toast a cup of pecans here, finely chopped pecans. I really don't know how finely they actually need to be chopped, but the directions said finely chopped. So I did kind of crush mine up a little bit, but you can see that there's a good mix of like really fine pieces and some just like regular moderate chopped pieces. It'll be okay. Okay, now I'm starting to smell that nutty aroma a little bit. That's what we want. I'm gonna let them go a little bit longer. Just keeping them stirred, I don't want them to burn. Okay, I'm going to reduce the heat a little bit, and then I'm going to add 2/3 of a cup of brown sugar and 1/2 a cup of water. Ooh. Stir it a little bit. I'm going to lift it from the heat. Okay. We basically want this to simmer for about 3 to 5 minutes, the directions say. Just let it get good soaking. You know, really soak up that flavor of the pecans and let the sugar dissolve. I'm reading the directions and it says that we want to let this thicken a bit. Okay, so I don't know that it's exactly thickened, but I think this is going to be pretty good. And I'm just going to put about 1/8 of a teaspoon of salt. I'm just kind of measuring in my hand. And about 1/4 teaspoon of vanilla. This is hard for me not to go a little too much. It's not rocket science like I often say, so it'll be okay if it's not exact. That just smells so fragrant. Now I'm going to strain this in a mesh sieve, or the same thing I used to strain my water kefir, and put this in a little bottle. Okay, I have a couple of these flip top glass bottles, and these are very similar to the water kefir ones that I use, but they are not quite as good quality. Like the seal isn't quite as tight, but I like to use these for the syrups that I make. I think one of these glass jars is going to be good enough, but I'm not 100% sure. Here, let me adjust my camera. Okay, now you can see the whole thing. I transferred the pecan syrup into this jar. Oh, what am I trying to say? Measuring cup? Okay, there. Wow, English language, Jody. Just kind of gradually moving this back and forth. It's kind of a slow process. I mean, I suppose if you want to make sure that this is secure and everything like that, you could walk away and go do something else, but I'm going to babysit this. This is too good to let it spill, in my opinion. All right, and here is what I have left of this. This syrup, I thought it would make more, honestly. I must have remembered wrong. So note to self, I am going to double the recipe next time. And then these pecans are delicious. I just saved them, you can see, in a little jar. But these pecans are delicious on top of like ice cream, or I like to put them, even sprinkle them on top of my peanut butter and chocolate yogurt bark. Phenomenal. So they will not be going to waste. Remember me saying how I want to like gear up for spring? Well, this thing back here, that's the thing I said I wanted to take care of, and today is the day. And let me tell you, it is not as warm as it looks outside. So I'm hoping like if I get moving, it's going to feel warmer. So let's get started. I do have plans to add mulch later this spring, but I'm going to do that after I do some trimming, like more trimming than this. Like I need the shrubs to overgrow a little bit more and everything like that, trim them back, and then add the mulch, because the last time I added mulch, I didn't wait. And then after I did the trimming, it was just hard to clean everything up. And I just felt like my mulch didn't look quite as nice as I wanted it to. Honestly, this is my least favorite part of all this, trying to put it in the bags. All right, that's what I call good enough. Okay, so it's after our walk now, and I want to get my chai latte going so that when I take my shower, I can, have that afterwards. So it'll be a nice little treat for this afternoon. I'm gonna start out with my loose leaf tea. So now I'm just taking a little heavy whipping cream. I'm not really going to measure, just eyeball it a bit. And this delicious toasted pecan syrup that we made. Literally, it tastes like pecan pie. Just going to put about, I think, 1 solid teaspoon of that in there. Stir it all up. I'm gonna let that cool down a bit. As I said, this will be good for after my shower while I'm doing a little computer work. Okay, the last main thing that I want to get done today is I need to get a shower. I need to wash my hair. Actually, this is, let's see. This is day 5 hair actually. So that's a pretty long time for me. I considered washing it last night, but I knew I wanted to go to the gym today. I said, no, let's just hold off. This is actually from when I did the Kerry curls with my hair. I did a short on that. So if you want to see more, can you link shorts? If I can, I'll try to link that in this video. If I can't, or if I forget, then it won't be linked. But just look up probably one of my most recent shorts. I'm going in with my V&Co Wavy 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 shampoo and conditioner. And then let's pick up some stylers as well. Let me take you into my hair room here, and I have an idea of what I want. I want to use up stuff that is getting very low. So I don't know that I can actually finish it off, but I know I want to go in with this gel. There is very little in here. I want to say I probably can't even use the pump for this. I'm going to have to take this and like take the cap off and tip it upside down. So I'll store this on its side in the meantime, but we're going to use that. And then I recently went in with this on another video. It's a hubby chooses, so there's a little sneak peek ahead because that's still to come yet, I'm pretty sure. So these two are the stylers that we're going to go in with. And then also on this task for today, I want to give my dog a bath as well. So I just take him in the shower with me. It works out pretty good. Otherwise, he doesn't really enjoy bath time, but I find that he's the most calm when he's just in the shower with me. So I'm gonna get that done, and then I'll show you the final result of my styled hair, once again using these two stylers. This is the Cake, the Mane Manager. It's a leave-in conditioner, and the Hass Curl Care, the Curl Shaping Jelly. This is discontinued, but like I said, I need to use it up. Okay, not bad, not terrible. It's not my best work. I do have a decent amount of frizz, especially along these areas. Actually, all throughout, to be truthfully honest. Can you guys see that? Yeah, a decent amount of frizz. Let me show you what the back looks like. I'm honestly not too worried about it because you know why? I'm going in with my hairspray. This was a very soft hold, by the way, like very, very soft. No crunch, no cast to it whatsoever. And I know from experience that this gel is generally a soft hold gel, but hairspray is going to make up for what that gel lacks. I am excited though, because now it is pretty much tea time. You wanna come up? Come up? Oh yeah, yeah, you're a good boy. You look out the window. I get a little work done. I'm gonna try this tea now. Ooh, I see some Elmo hairs. Okay, just like I remembered. Oh, that's so good. I honestly could have stood to go in with just a tiny bit more of the syrup, I think. Maybe like a teaspoon and a half, but delicious nonetheless. This is honestly the best setup, the best way to do work in my opinion. I'm going to close out this vlog here. Thank you for joining me for a couple days, and I hope to see you again in the next video. So until then, have a great one. Bye.